Hi there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Welcome to this edition of Facebook Live, and we're in part 2 of a 2-part series here where we're discussing the iliotibial band issues in our clients that actually create the iliotibial band related to lateral knee issues. And many of our clients have been told that they have a tight IT band, so we often myofascial release, stretch the IT band. And we discussed on Monday why it's so important to have a process that you take your clients through, an assessment process that helps you identify their non-optimal movement strategies, their stabilization and movement strategies, so that way you identify why they're having IT band and or knee issues. And most of the time, what we see with our clients is they use one of two strategies that relates to their lateral knee pain. Number one is when they stand on one leg, they just shift their weight over this to their stand side, which creates a lot of tightness and shortness in their glute medius, and therefore they tend to rotate through their knee to make up for the tightness around their hip complex. The other strategy many of our clients will do is when they stand on single leg is they'll start to rotate their pelvis forward because they're not able to control their thorax over top their pelvis, that core stability they need, and to also keep the pelvis over top that stance leg. So after you do your assessment, then you move into your corrective exercise strategy. And what we do with our clients, and I shared with you a story of John who came in recently and he had some lateral knee issues that were diagnosed as iliotibial band syndrome, is you want to do your myofascial release and then do your corrective exercises to help your client develop a more optimal and efficient stabilization strategy. One of our go-to patterns once we've done our assessment and our corrective exercise, or I should say our release portion of our corrective exercise, is our step-out pattern. And we really like this step-out pattern, and we use it with all our people that really like to walk for exercise, and our runners, because it helps them develop that alignment of that thoracopelvic cylinder, the thorax over top of the pelvis, as well as alignment of the hip, knee, ankle, and foot complex. And here's how the band step-out pattern looks. I should say the step-out pattern, and then we'll put a band around the knees to make it more challenging. It's all set up from the hip hinge pattern, and that's why we work so much on developing our client's ability to align that thoracopelvic cylinder and then create an optimal hip hinge, because that loads the posterior hip complex, gets the hip back in the socket where it belongs, and helps our client maintain alignment of the hip, knee, ankle, and foot complex. So from here, what we have our clients do is maintain their weight over their stance leg. So this will be my right leg first, and then they step out, touching their toe of the opposite leg, but keeping their weight over the stance leg, because what we're teaching our clients to do with this corrective exercise pattern is to maintain alignment and control of that pelvis over the stance leg. And that's where our clients really struggle. And this is a great pattern to teach our clients how to maintain that alignment and that control they need when they ultimately get into the standing and walking type patterns. So from the side, align the head and neck over top of the thoracopelvic cylinder, create that hip hinge. And that's, again, hip hinge pattern is so key to so many of the things we do with our clients with hip and knee issues. And then step out, maintaining the weight over top the foot tripod. And we want to make sure that the pelvis stays rotated towards the forward leg and not rotating away. So the hip, knee, ankle, and foot should remain aligned. Step out, control the pelvis, that thoracopelvic cylinder over top the stance leg. Very effective pattern, and then eventually that becomes the pattern where we put a band around the knees, and now we teach our clients how to do that against band resistance. And again, we're working the stance leg, not the moving leg. And that's also the prerequisite pattern for doing the lateral band walks, where we're teaching our clients how to now move in the frontal plane while maintaining alignment of the thoracopelvic cylinder, the hip, knee, ankle, and foot complex. And then that becomes the patterns that start to set up from here to single leg, and teaching our clients how to control once they get into single leg stance. And we found that system, that strategy I should say, very effective for helping our clients that have lateral knee issues, even foot and ankle issues, and hip and low back issues as well. So this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education, sharing with you some of the strategies that we use. The integrative movement system, that assessment or that discovery phase, that includes assessment, our corrective exercise strategy, which includes our release and activations, and then how we take this into the functional movement patterns that your clients need to do to accomplish their health and fitness goals. If you're looking for more information, check out the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program. We've got 2 sessions coming up, one in the DC, Virginia area, one in the Boston area, where we cover the entire integrative movement system for the core, the thoracopelvic cylinder, so the shoulder and the hip complexes as well as teaching you how to take your clients and confidently move them through assessment, what you take from the assessments, you take into your corrective exercise strategy to address what you find in your assessments, and then how you take that and integrate that into the third phase. And that's how you teach your clients the fundamental movement patterns and move them successfully towards accomplishing their health and fitness goals. So if you want more information, check out the Integrative Corrective Exercise Instructor Program. We teach you the entire system so that you feel confident when you leave after this 3-day workshop. And then we give you tons of support too. So that's really cool, because a lot of times you go to these courses and they just let you go on your way. But we give you tons of support so you really feel confident and supported in the information that you're learning and using. So check that out if you're interested for more information, and we'll see you next week. Make it a great weekend, and we'll check you out next week on Facebook Live, and hopefully we'll see you at a conference coming up here shortly.